Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of It's On Us podcast. On today's episode, one of our former teachers stops by and joins the show to talk about teaching and more, along with some good laughs. So, remember to like and subscribe, and we have merch for sale now, for sale at creativegeniusbrand.org. Thank you for continued support, and enjoy the episode.
Moto.
Always. Somebody always has to call me that.
I mean, it's only right.
I know. Whatever.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, guys.
It's been a while. It's been what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks?
14 days.
13. No, I don't know how many hours are in 14.
Don't even try.
Don't even.
I was going to try
You
to
can barely spell. Don't even try with math.
You ain't lying there. Nah, it's cool. But it's all good. It's all good. Welcome back. Welcome back. So today is a very special episode for all of us.
Very special.
What makes it special?
We got the normal crew minus Gabe.
Okay.
We got Ash. We got John. And we got Cliff.
Hey.
And we have this very special guest. He knows all of us. He taught us. He's a teacher of ours. I don't know how much he actually taught though in those classes.
I think he was just there in the building.
I think he was like, oh shit, we're short staffed. We need another
So, you
body.
know something? All right, come on.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, he got me to read 3 books in school.
You probably stopped right there. Too.
No.
He said
I didn't. I still read.
And they didn't have pictures either.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
My favorite book, Catch 22. I love the movie, too.
Love that.
See?
Mr. Brian Clark.
Mr. Clark?
Hey, guys.
I think it was the only paper where I actually passed, too, because I paid attention to the book and
It's a
really
great
wrote the
book.
details.
It's a great book.
It's
It's
a great book.
probably my second favorite. Invisible Man's my favorite. That's my second favorite.
I got that book at home. That was the first book I read, and I actually stole it from my friend's house. I just liked the way the cover looks. So I just took it from him, read it by Dean Koontz, right? Wait, no, not by Dean Koontz. But you had us read that in your class.
Ralph
Invisible
Ellison.
Man. Yeah, and I love that book.
Dean
That's in my
Koontz and
top
Ralph
5.
Ellison are way different.
No, I know. I'm thinking of The Man from the Corner of My Eye. That's the book I'm thinking about by Dean Koontz. I read that. That's a good book.
I can't say it last time I read a book.
That's why they made TV, right?
The only time he reads a
Audio.
book is a manual to something he's putting together for his child or himself.
For sure. But even those diagrams, like, they be throwing me off.
It literally shows you step by
But
step.
nah, because sometimes like, if they have little dots,
The one
they
that
said the
took it-
screw
yeah,
was
what is
here,
Yeah.
but sometimes they have like the dots crossing,
Uh-huh.
and so next time I don't know if they're actually crossing or I don't know if they're switching spots.
Just hire somebody to do it, man. That's all
Nah.
I do.
Let's
Nah.
center this ship and get out of this rabbit hole. Introduce our guest. We like jumping
I
down a
said
deep
it.
rabbit hole.
I said Mr. Clark.
I didn't even hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Look, you guys, you're like almost 30, all of you now. You can drop the Mr. and you can either go with Clark or I'll even let you call me Brian, I guess, at this point, if you want.
We graduated.
But
Sexy Brian. Got
I
you.
mean, I know that can be uncomfortable, though. I know, like, because when I had started working with some of my teachers, it was always like, hi. So I get it. So just go with Clark. Drop the Mister. So
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right, Clark.
Clark.
Sound like a fucking detective. Clark, I need that report on my shit. Hell no.
Oh, Cliff, I don't miss you.
I miss you, though. I miss you. It's one of those love hates. You're my GOAT teacher.
Oh,
So, a question for you, Brian.
of course, you would go with the Brian. Out of anybody, it's going to be you.
What about B? Can we call you B?
Sure.
Okay.
I get that, too.
What made you want to become a teacher?
That's a long story. Actually, my mom and dad are both teachers. My dad was the assistant principal, well, English teacher and assistant principal at Admiral King from I think he started in the late 60s through the 70s and 80s, retired in the 90s. My mom taught drama, put plays on at the old Lorain High. My wife is an English teacher. Her dad was an elementary teacher and a counselor. My grandma and my aunt and my dad's side were English teachers. It's just one of those things.
It's
Like
almost like fate.
It's in your blood.
yeah, and honestly, it's not what I wanted to do at first. I went to school to be a HR manager, accountant, and then some things happened where I sat down and said, I don't know if I really want to do this, and after being married for, I think it was like 4 months, she was like, yeah, you're pretty miserable. And I said, well, I'm miserable because you're sitting here, it's summer, and I'm going to work. But no, she was like, yeah, I didn't like what I was doing. I was firing people, and it was just miserable. So I got out of it.
Did you ever feel bad firing somebody?
Yes.
Like, did you ever I did not want to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause you
All the
take
time.
out,
I mean, you're
food
not
off
just
people's
ultimately
plate.
firing them, you're firing their families.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of other stuff. It's a big trickle effect.
And it was factory workers, so it wasn't they weren't making a ton of money to begin with, especially this would have been 94, 95, 96. I wasn't born yet. I
was 2.
We were born.
We were getting there.
So the early 90s, mid 90s, and this one guy started crying. He was 50. This was the tipping point. He was 52. He had 4 kids, making $6 an hour, and he didn't really do anything wrong. He and the manager just didn't get along. And I was like, you know what? I came home. I told him I can't do this anymore. And so she was like, go do what you should be doing. Go back to school. We'll live off of my salary. And it was tough, man. There were times we'd only have like $1. I'd pay the bills. We'd have $1. So it was rough.
Oh, yeah.
I can relate. I think we've all been there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because you went to CSU, right?
Yeah. Well, Admiral King, Baldwin Wallace for my business degree.
Right.
Cleveland State for my teaching license.
And then Ashland?
Ashland for my master's in high school or administration, educational admin. So I could be a principal if I wanted.
What made
That'd be very
Please
fitting
don't
for
do
you.
that. No.
Why did you decide to go get your master's though? Like
You kind of have to if you want to get paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could be making $40,000, or I could be making. I mean, it's public. I mean, I make about $80,000. It's a public record.
Yeah.
Because with time and with masters and.
It's like a stepping. Yeah, my brother's doing that right now. He's getting his master's. He's actually graduating in like a week.
Oh, shout out to Joe.
Yeah.
From where?
It's Concordia. It's in like Illinois. Or
Online
something.
thing?
Yeah. So he's at Clearview right now. He's been there for 4 years. He's actually first class where he was their freshman teacher, and now they're graduating. So he's like saw them like develop. He's like,
and I'll tell you, you'll keep. He will, not you. He'll keep a connection with some of those kids forever. I still like my daughter's babysitter was in that first group of freshmen that I had, and she's 35, I think. Somewhere in there. And so, yeah. In fact, my daughter babysat her kids a couple times. So, yeah, it kind of comes back around.
yeah,
So.
yeah, awesome.
Oh, wow.
That's like a full circle moment.
Yeah, you know, kind of like your waist.
I have nothing for that. It's fine.
So with you being a teacher for so long, you've seen a lot of students. Do you like see the difference of how kids acted when you first started teaching to like now, like whether they're more of an asshole or less respectful or more respectful?
Pretty much, what's the biggest difference between each generation of kids?
Besides technology.
I mean, really, kids are kids. And if, as you guys know, I mean, I try to show students respect. I really do. And try to have a good time and make it as fun as possible. I don't teach the most exciting thing. And I know that. So try to have fun, joke with the kids, have a good time. But I really think the biggest change has really come in the past year and a half with COVID. The socialization skills are way down. Just not knowing, you know, the freshmen coming in really this year haven't been in school since 7th grade. So it was, you know, it was a
social cues.
Damn, I haven't even thought about that. That's crazy to think about.
So socially, they're mentally and intellectually, they're good.
They're
But social-wise, so we have a lot of weird problems that we really wouldn't have had before.
Do you think maybe they got caught in a mind frame of being a middle schooler because they never really got to graduate socially?
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's where like interpersonal communication skills come into play, and like being around individuals, like getting social cues, like you said, that helps build character of who you are. So.
Exactly.
I would struggle so bad then if I was a freshman.
I mean, I guess I get it. When you think about it, when you remove somebody from something that helps them build their social skills for 2 years, they're going to definitely lack anytime you do that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
So does that
director.
like convert like people to be more introverted than extroverted? You would say
That, and you don't pick up on certain social skills, like cues that you might have from other people. You know, they're like, you can tell body language wise if somebody's upset, happy, whatever, and they don't always get that, and it causes friction that probably wouldn't normally be there. That kind of
or
thing.
think about it like a head nod. Like in our day, like if we knew somebody or respect somebody, head nod, what's up? Do it nowadays. You do it to. There's a fight.
Yeah, they think it's disrespectful.
As soon as that circle forms, I'll tell you what.
you was a part of that circle.
I was a crowd in that circle. I wasn't one of the two. Let's not get it twisted. I know my role. Like, you know,
You was staying in the back. Hopefully, nobody picks you out.
Push you forward. Like, yeah.
shit.
Go get the principal. That's what your job was.
Hey, fetal position.
Guard.
That's right.
You're gonna be yelling for the guard.
So I also heard this was the first year that you weren't coaching the freshman team, correct?
Yeah, which was funny because I'm listening to the episode where you're talking about me never moving up.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm the varsity assistant. So it's
Right.
funny. I'm sitting there going, well, that didn't hold up. Well, it took 20 years, but yeah.
So what was the biggest difference, and did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. I told Killian this. You guys know Killian, don't you?
Yeah.
I told Killian, I said, because he sat down with me at the end of the year. He's like, so, and I said, well, I miss having my own team, but I liked coaching with him. As being his right hand man and with myself and Coach Hood. And so as far as the coaching aspect, it took me a little bit of time to adjust, because I really am used to doing my own thing as far as setting up practice schedules, doing what I do, knowing what time to leave, all that. And this was more of a, hey, Kill, think about this. And he either did it or didn't do it, and you're there to advise and tell him what you see. And it's tough to take a back seat sometimes, but I learned a lot, actually, in a different position, which is good. Change is good sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Are you going to go back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we already talked. Well, yeah. Coaching. Yeah. But, Matt is always about, I might be the JV assistant. He wants, all of us he's big on where previous coaches, that's the freshman team, I don't want to talk to them. That's the JV team, I don't want to talk to them. I'm going to deal with my team.
Kind of like intertwine you guys to.
He really did. So there were times this year I coached 4 freshman games. I was on the bench for 2 JV games. I was, so as it was needed, he would move me around because he knew he could trust me to do things. And plus, it was just things happen. Dax got sick for a couple weeks there where I had to step in. So, who knows what he's going to have me do? I just know that we started open gyms already.
Yeah. The goal is, I guess, for Killian's perspective, is like transparency throughout from the bottom, from freshman all the way to varsity. Yes. So, like, you can fit into any space and the system works wherever you go.
Plug and play.
Yeah, and it's different because in the past it hasn't been that way. I was basically told, do my thing, make them better. Just make them better. And I did use some of the offensive things, but my out of bounds plays were my own. Everything I did was my own. So it didn't match up. Now, all 3 levels, we do the same exact thing.
Nice.
Out of bounds plays everything.
Nice.
So you coached for 21 years?
Yeah.
Head coach for
20 years. Well, my first year I was an assistant for the freshmen. Just because it's different coaching than playing. Big time. It's not even. You have to see everything versus seeing, give me the ball. Which, that's a big difference. And then my first year as a head was my second year teaching. Okay. So. And then I went through and I was removed from my position for 1 year. I went to Amherst and coached the girls JV for 1 year and came back with Rousitano.
Okay.
So I was just for different coaching philosophies. It wasn't anything, no animosity or anything with Andy. It was just, he had certain things he wanted and I didn't fit that.
Right.
So, but I came back with John when John came back, so.
Do you have a favorite memory that happened? Like, I will never forget this play happened. Like, you drew up the perfect inbound play, they hit the game winner.
Honestly, there are things like after 21 years now of everything kind of mushes together.
Right.
The only thing I remember that really stands out would have been was it my first year? It was my first year. Do you guys know Jay Pinkerton and those guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
It was that crew. They were freshmen. We were at Euclid, and we were down 33 at half and came back and won in triple overtime.
Damn.
That era of basketball was so different, though. Like, I'd love to see, like, James Pinkerton, Nixon, like, all of them just play. That was, like, us, like, molding off of their game. But, like, the game now was so different. Like,
oh, yeah.
And do you see that, like, in the practice, like, them trying to mimic, like, Steph Curry and
Oh, yeah. But we did that, too, as kids. My thing was I loved Magic Johnson, so I would try to do behind the back. I couldn't do it, but I tried to do behind the back passes. Mm-hmm. And, the head coach was going to stare at me and be like, no, you're not doing that.
Right. You're supposed to be like Larry Bird, not Magic. Know your role. Spot up 3.
Well, no, I didn't come out of the paint when I played. I was definitely if my foot went outside the paint, I was getting back on the bench.
Oh, Jesus, man! See, coach didn't have the vision that you were trying to be the first Nikola Jokic before Jokic.
Stretch 4,
super stretch 4.
It was a good fit for me. Trust me, I did the right thing. I was in the right place.
Okay. Do you know your career high that you scored in a game?
No idea.
No,
I didn't play very much, to be honest with you. My best friend actually is in Columbus now. He and I played the same position, and he was way better than me.
Right.
So
doesn't take much. I could probably do that.
Well, right now you could. I can't even walk up and downstairs.
I still take you. I put 5 on you.
5. Maybe in 2K.
Even that.
Yes.
Jacob ass.
We used to literally gamble against Jacob all the time. Like,
In my own basement. Yeah, it was bad.
He was a free Taco Bell
It
meal.
was bad.
In 2K? Or
2K.
Oh.
2K, he's terrible.
Well, I'm not good either. I'm not very good at all. I'm not. I just play it so I can be Magic. That's what I do. I break out the Lakers and do my thing.
Still living out your fantasy.
Yeah, you have to.
Behind the back.
That's right. Yeah, and I throw out of bounds in that game too.
Nice.
Get Magic benched.
Someone had to do it.
I played with Jordan one time versus somebody and they beat me.
You can just go home. Actually, you can leave when I leave. How about that? I'm gonna make sure you leave. You ain't supposed to lose with Jordan.
I'm sorry. But to write this shit. So with teaching and everything, do you have like one thing you want to like your kids to learn, like, or just take with them when they're done?
Not one thing. No, if you can teach people to think for themselves, you're doing a good thing. That's really what it is. It's awesome. Like what Cliff's saying, Catch-22 is his favorite book or one of his top favorite books, and that's awesome that you can do something like that where you show someone something they didn't know existed and they're like, wow, this is cool. But the reality is, there's an old quote that education is what remains after what's been learned has been forgotten. And that's one of those things I really do believe in. And they say you only remember about 10% of what you're taught in school.
True.
So it's not I don't think the content matters, or 3%.
It's on 5.
5%. Yeah, that's a little high. But no, I mean seriously. And think about it. If you're think about what you guys did. You've been out about 10, 11 years at this point, and do you remember much? No, because it gets replaced with other things. It's socialization skills. It's learning how to deal with problem solving skills. It's things like that really are more important than, I think, content knowledge, unless you're going into something where you need that content. Right.
Because you know who educated me real good and is another top 5? Mr. Hutlock.
Any
man who can get me to punch myself in the face will always be the most influential person I've ever met.
Was it the...
Yep. Polish arm wrestling.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, we shouldn't say that.
Why not?
Well, it's...
Why can't we say Polish arm wrestling?
Well, think about it for a minute. You'll... Everybody who's got Polish background right now just turned off your podcast. You're not too. You don't have it, Cliff.
I mean, are we talking about 2 men bear wrestling and they're like their arms are wrestling, their third arm, or like what? I mean, I don't get it. Like, I'm really blind to the fact. Polish people, hit me up, let me know.
Yeah, I'll let them do that. I'm just gonna. Okay, it's been nice, guys. I'll see you. See you later. No, Huddy's still around. He lives around the corner from me. Great guy. Love Huddy.
Mm-hmm. That's my guy. Mm-hmm. Speaking of seeing him not too long ago, I seen you like maybe a month ago in Home Depot. But I didn't say nothing to you because you were looking scruffy and I was looking scruffy.
I always look scruffy.
Yeah, I was going to say, this man lives scruffy.
Yeah.
Looked like you woke up out of the doghouse and just like scratched your head a couple times and walked into Home Depot. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to talk to him. He hasn't had coffee yet, it looks like.
What time was it? 4 o'clock in the afternoon? I probably didn't.
It was sometime a little after 12. It wasn't too long after 12.
I can tell you Home Depot is not my favorite. I'm not very handy. So if I'm going for a specific thing that I've been told to get. I have a buddy who's awesome at that. He'll be, get this. So I'm laser focused on that. And if you would have stopped me, I probably would have forgotten what I was
doing. Here's the thing. A helper was helping you and explaining something. So I was like, let me also not interrupt this process because, again, that laser focus you brought up.
You throw him off track. Why did I come in again?
It still wouldn't. The stuff still wouldn't be built, probably.
So...
Go ahead.
No, you go first.
No, so you've been married for 24 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's a lucky lady.
I think it's the other way around.
We all know there's sarcasm there, trust me.
We all know he's the lucky one.
Yeah, we started dating when I was 16 and she was 14. And then we never broke up, stayed together the entire time.
That's awesome.
Do Do you know what you use as a pickup line to get her to go out on with you?
Well, this is how old I am. You know, we didn't have cell phones when I was in high school. You know, they didn't exist.
No.
Except on Saved by the Bell, and they were those big giant things. You guys know. I'm sure you guys have seen those.
The government cell phones.
So yeah, I wrote her a note. I did. It was we had gone to see a movie. And here we go. Here's really dating me. The first date we went on, we went and saw Child's Play in the theaters.
Chucky?
Yeah, the very first one. And she didn't tell me she hated horror films.
Oh no!
Yeah, I don't like horror.
I love horror films, but obviously, but I love horror films. And she just went because, you know, I mean, how could you deny this? So
Said nobody ever.
I mean, I was in shape and had hair back then, so it was a little different. But yeah, so and then we just it just kind of worked. But my mom grew up down the street from her dad. They were best friends growing up, so it's kind of it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Hey, just to ask, was the movie in color?
Yes, but the world wasn't, which was weird. Everything was in black and white outside. The color world came about 1987, 88.
They had to turn it on.
Yeah, it was, you know. That's all right, Strader. I know what car is yours. I'm going to key the heck out of that thing.
Thanks, thank you.
Excuse the grass cutting. I have my father out there taking care of mine.
Oh, is that your dad?
Yeah, that's my dad.
Speaking of grass
Fresh
cutting,
lawn.
I threw my gum at him. No.
Jam up his lawnmower.
I just relinquished my lawn cutting duties to a contractor today. It was my first day. I feel kind of like less of a man, but I also feel like I have more time. It's just
So, my
The thing
wife
is,
was... No, that's good. Go on, Oscar.
I
You
got
haven't said-
The thing is, like, use your resources.
I got
Like
some
you
shit
said, he
to
had a
say.
buddy that like knows how to build. Like,
Mhm.
if you don't want to do something, I know somebody that can. I might as well let you do it. You're good at it. I'll just
Right.
focus on something else, right?
Yeah.
So,
But my wife mows our lawn. She loves it.
really.
so
Plus, I'm allergic to bees. So going, I don't want to die. Not yet.
Nice.
Hey, I love all of you. I'm about to get out of here. I got to take Jace to soccer orientation. I'm going to give you a hug before I go. I'm looking forward to listening to the rest of the episode. You're taking up all the space anyway, you fucking air hog. So I'm looking forward to listening to
You
this
invited
episode.
me here to talk. Wait, you want me to be quiet? Okay.
Yeah, sit there and be quiet.
Okay.
Like my ancestors. I just want to stare at you angrily.
Hey, I do have a question for you. What's Gage doing?
Cage, you know what's weird? I always try to mend that bridge because, you know, we were friends for so long.
Right.
But every time I see him, it's just a quick hi and bye. He has 4 kids now.
Wow.
Yeah, he has like, I want to say 2 or 3 daughters and 1 boy, or 2 girls and 2 boys, but I want to say he has 3 and 1. And yeah, he's just working, providing for his family and staying out the way, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So you guys had a little falling out, or you just
No, not falling out. He
just grew apart?
Yeah, and he
Okay.
went to school somewhere. I stayed here. He came back eventually. We tried to be friends, but again, I was really busy at the time.
In
And
different places.
yep. So I mean, it's all love when I see him, though.
Cool. That's awesome. That's good. We'll tell him I said hi if you ever see him again.
I will. I should be. I always bump into him like every 3 years. He's usually just walking out of work or just standing somewhere randomly like a Cage does. You know him. He just stands there, big, blocky. It's like, oh, hey, Frankenstein, how you doing?
Why does that sound so familiar? Cage.
Cage Montague.
Montague.
Yeah.
He was
I haven't
in.
seen
They were
him
in creative writing together.
He was the only kid in school, and I used to have to tell everybody he looked white. Don't get me wrong; he had black hair, looked straight up white,
he's
but
not
he
white?
was black. Like his mom was black.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, and I remember, and I felt so bad because the first day of middle school at General Johnny Wilson, he had on the Superman t-shirt. I remember the shirt he had on. We were all walking home, and he decided to walk a different way for some reason. We all walked to school together that day, but he decided to walk home a different way, and I don't know why. And then he got jumped on the first day of school, and I never will forget that. And it's because the kids thought he was just some random big white dude walking through the hood. His mom came up to school the next day. Again, his black mother too. Not to amplify her being black, but still came up there and cussed everybody out, and everybody the next day was like, oh my god, you really are black? And he was like, yeah, I've been telling you guys this for how long? He was like, I have little brothers who are like black too. Like, it's not my fault my dad's cotton white. It's genetics. But again, love you all. Can't wait to listen back to this episode, and we're gonna have you back on when we have visuals.
For sure. Sure.
Okay.
And I'll.
Cliff.
We're not going to talk about you at all while you leave.
Oh, I'm gonna get my shots back. I'm gonna get my shots back. I already got a big one. Everybody laughed down here, so I'm good. Shotgunned you.
Oh shit! All right, we ready?
yeah, it's going. It's
All right,
going.
we're
It's
back.
a little time moving. It's going.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Did
now
you
that
eat-
Cliff is gone, we can have fun.
Yeah, about that guy. Jeez.
Comes 15 minutes late and then leaves an hour and a half early.
Classic.
No, I asked you the marriage question because, like, I just got married.
Mm-hmm.
So, what keeps a marriage going, in your opinion?
That's funny. Communication, to be honest with you. We really don't argue too much. We do, we're people. But we've always been big about talking to each other, and like we get mad, but we had the rule never go to bed angry, which is kind of cliched, but it's true. Always give each other a kiss before you go to bed. Say I love you. You have to talk to each other. If you just let things fester and boil over, that's when the problems happen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotta make sure
You know about this?
Oh, yeah.
You share arguments?
Yeah. I try not to argue because I don't like seeing argument because I'm so fucking passive.
Yeah.
But I also understand sometimes it just happens. It's, like you said, you're two people. You're two people with two different everythings to a certain extent. Yeah, you're going to have your common ground, but you're also going to be like, hey, I was raised this way. Oh, I was raised this way. Well, let's find a common ground so we can see eye to eye. Because I know not all my methods are right, and I know not all of her methods are right. So, like you said, it takes that balance.
Yeah, it's and the balance is she's right, I'm wrong.
I just balance.
Yeah, the perfect balance of yes.
He's not 100% wrong on that either.
Yeah. I mean, and I know it's kind of funny to say that kind of stuff, but I mean, really, she usually is right. I would get like when my daughter was younger, I would try to like discipline her a little bit for something, and it was always when I would do it, my wife would be like, yeah, you're mad at her for the wrong thing. I'm like, oh, God, yeah, I just always, I'm sorry, honey. Yeah, so that kind of thing.
It'd be broken down. So you're like, oh shit, yeah,
just like that.
Yeah. So I got a question, Oscar, for you, man.
Oh, yes.
So I was, since you guys were Facebook stalking me, which I've only been on for a year, by the way, because I
that's what he
don't.
said.
Yeah, I'm not big on the social media thing, but I saw the picture of you and your wife on there, and what's wrong with her? Because really, looking at the pictures of her, you are hitting way above average, man. She could do so much better.
Oh, you don't think I'm beautiful? Okay.
Well, I'm just saying. I look at her and I'm like, holy cow, and I look at you and go, holy cow.
The crazy thing is, the crazy part is, like, she gained me. I was just like existing. She was like, "Hey, you, pick me out the crowd."
Sure.
Like, kind of like a Norbert situation. Like, "Hey, you, come over here now."
I would say that too. Remember Osk? Oh my God, I never knew your nickname was Osh until like halfway through the freshman season. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
It's not stalking, I don't think, if they don't know you're there, right? There's only stalking.
I mean, if I'm sitting in the crowd staring at somebody, like, hopefully they see me. Maybe not.
But they do
crowd, bushes, whatever.
I'm looking away.
I got what I wanted, right? So I'm here.
I got my licks in. I'm leaving.
Way over average.
So.
Oh, ask me your question that you had cooking up
about the freshman game.
No, not that one.
Which one?
I didn't hear about that one. But the other one, the question I told you to save for him.
Oh, how do you feel about critical race theory?
I'm gonna be honest. At first, I didn't even understand what everybody was. I had to like look up what it was because it was just CRT, critical race. All that. I think it's a attempt to feel good about yourself by getting rid of something that was bad. I mean, I've always taken the belief that you got to learn from the past, and it's kind of my take on it, and I might be wrong, I don't know. My take on it is we did bad stuff, and let's not talk about it so we can feel good. That's my take on it, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but
okay,
it's for lack of a better term, it's whitewashing what really happened, and you can't do that
because you work in the school, so like I'm sure you see it firsthand of like that like system kind of like work itself out in a sense, like. They try to. I'll
tell you, at Lorain High, we don't. It's not even been an issue. It's never come up. It's never, and I think that I don't know. Did you see the governor put the "Don't Say Gay" bill out for
Ohio.
He's in Ohio now too.
They're trying to get, but it's only and everybody when that happened, of course, people were really upset. And not that it's right, but it was only K through 3, which it wouldn't have affected me. And I think that the elementary school teachers would really. I don't think it's right or fair. It's a stupid bill. But yeah. I'm not gonna say that. I'll let you say that.
I say it all the day.
Yeah.
Look, shit, like you said, like it's trying to watch the past. No, like it's in history books.
Yeah,
we fucked up. This whole situation was fucked up because how I think nobody should own another person to do something for them. I'm sorry, that just sounds stupid to me. In general, especially based off the color of skin, it's ignorant.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. And then here, like they don't say gay bills and shit like that, and like. Expect like in Florida, Disney didn't agree with this, so we want to try to go after them. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro!
Yeah, that's wild. They're actually like cutting off their like public services. They're like, you're gonna have to like.
You sound so ignorant. Like, just let people live their lives. Like, honestly, if they're not feeding you, financing you, or fucking you, move on with the shit.
Well, my thing, I always say, if you like doing something and you're not hurting anybody,
more power to you. More power to you.
Definitely. But like when I was in school, we studied history. I don't even think, I think we studied a little bit more of the slavery, but I don't even know. I'll have to ask a history teacher at our building, but I don't even know how much of it's in the textbooks. And I don't know how far they get to it, to be honest. Like,
right. So, you've been teaching for a long ass time. Long.
Yeah.
How
watch your words, Jacob.
How was it?
I'm gonna flip the table.
Going into like the new Lorain High for the first time, opposed to like what you were accustomed to. Like, were you like
the classic Admiral King building?
Yeah,
I remember your room, the corner, second floor,
201. Yeah.
Oh man,
that was a great room. And that's the room that one teacher died in. There was I don't know if you guys ever noticed. There was a plaque on my door. A teacher in the 70s. Was walking down the hall, went to his classroom and died in that classroom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had the haunted classroom. But
and you should pop off?
No. No.
I remember you were my second teacher. Like Brzezowski was my first ninth grade, and you were my second class of the day. And
that's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it was a 1-2 punch for sure. And I remember there was a day he was on something. He was all goofy and shit. And we went to your class afterwards, and he took a stapler and he stapled your wall, and he just walked out. And it was just like, why?
So, what happened was he had his wisdom teeth removed. He was taking painkillers, and he was hearing voices. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. He was like, because he came in later. He's like, "Do you hear that?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? There's nobody here."
It's the teacher that died.
So that's what that was. And it's funny. I still bust him on him about that and other things, of course, because he's a trip, man.
Yes.
He's out in Arizona now.
Is he?
Yeah, he teaches out there. So trying to get him to come back. It'd be nice to get him. He always made things a little lively.
Yes.
So.
But you got into the rabbit hole after my question.
Sorry.
That's cool. How was the school? Just like the experience of schools.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's a bigger building.
Right. It should look massive as hell.
Like a college campus.
I'll get lost.
No, you think you would, but you wouldn't, because it's 3 buildings that are straight lines, basically.
Oh, okay. Oh, they can simple for people like you. Got you.
No, remember like freshman year, you went to Admiral King, you were like, I'm never going to figure this out.
Yeah, that was easy.
And then literally 6 months later, you're like, okay, I know where everything is.
Right.
Yeah, this is way easier than the building as far as the layout. It looks more complicated than it is. But I miss the old Admiral King only because that's where I went to school. Right. I mean, my dad was there, so as a little kid, I would go there and hang out.
So you got like hella memories.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a nice building. It's just, I don't know.
Is it too gaudy for you, too flashy?
Yeah, I mean, our colors are blue, gold, or blue and gold. We're going back to everything. Blue and silver, blue and gray, and black or whatever, and white. And our walls are orange. We have orange walls in every classroom, and I don't understand it. It doesn't fit anything.
It's got to be some psychology thing, like orange promotes growth or
like you
something.
learn better in an orange room. I don't know. You allergic to oranges, or you?
I don't think that's it though.
I know that pink is a calming color, but I don't know anything about orange. And I don't want to put anything, but I did ask somebody the question. I'll tell you guys, I don't want to say it out here, but I'll tell you what I was told when I asked, why are all these rooms orange? And I was told something that I was actually kind of offended. And I don't get offended. I was actually like, are you serious right now? That's what you're going to tell people? And so, yeah, but I'm not going to say it.
I think I can put two and two together, but
no, you can't. Trust me.
Because he eats fish, right?
You have no idea where this is coming. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did some Facebook snooping. I see you post a picture of your shelves of figurines you paint.
Figurines.
Action figures. I don't know.
What's on the shelf?
Model figures. I don't know what you
Model
call
kits.
Model kits. Okay.
Yeah.
So I see Iron Man. I see Thor. I see Batman's. I see Star Wars scary characters.
Scary characters.
Haunted characters. Whatever. Scary movie characters.
sure.
Whatever that.
Yeah.
Anyways, what got you into that? Like, what piqued your interest in that?
It's when my grandfather used to make model kits for us, and he would like myself, my cousin, and my brother. It was gifts and stuff that he would give us at Christmas time and all that, and everybody got the same, typical grandparent thing. And I just kind of got into it from there, and I've been doing it since I was like 11, 12. I took a little time off because going back to school, going to college, you don't have money to buy that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it's honestly for me, it's really relaxing, and I'm not the best. I'm not even close. People.
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen some of your.
Shots.
Wow. Yeah. But I mean, it really is relaxing for me, and I'm able to have things in the house that maybe other people don't. Luckily, my wife is like, "Look, just keep it in the basement. I don't care." And it's just
So you're telling me you can't have Mando just sitting on the kitchen counter?
No. You know what I do? I have, and it's not in the picture, but I have an Invisible Man one upstairs. That's like that size of the Frankenstein there.
Okay.
And I have him sitting on the counter right now. And my wife came down the stairs and scared the crap out of her. So she's like, "Are you going to put it back?" But you can see there's nowhere for me to put it right now.
Right.
The shelves are filled up. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Mando should get a spot on the counter.
So when Halloween comes around, you get really excited. That's like your holiday, you would say?
I just like scary movies more.
Yeah.
But I do like the time because I like the scary films and all that. Going back to when I was a kid, Superhost wasn't on when you guys were young, was he? No, Channel 43. So. Yeah.
Your age is showing. Yeah.
I'm saying it's not just showing from that. On Channel 43 on Saturday afternoons, they had Superhost, and he was like this guy who would wear Superman outfit and he would show like Three Stooges and the old Godzilla movies and Frankenstein's. Okay. And every Saturday I would watch it growing up, and I just fell in love with those old movies. So that's kind of where it came from, my love for that stuff.
Do you have a favorite Marvel or DC?
Oh yeah, Superman.
Superman?
Oh,
DC all the way? Okay.
Dude,
Nice.
That's right.
Dude, I still collect comic books. I have the long boxes. I have 35 filled with comic books. Yeah.
Now, do you collect them too, or no? Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you ever gotten any graded or no?
No.
Okay.
It's
I think grading is a waste of time unless it's like if you want to have it for your personal collection and it's like, all right, cool, I could, but because I've looked at the market and stuff like that, and it's like, really?
Not only that, but once it's graded, you can't read it.
Right. Exactly. It's sealed.
It's done. It's in that plastic case, and if you open it, it's
ungraded, and now you've wasted. Yeah,
right.
I see one for
it's
sale.
expensive.
I see one for sale yesterday for $50 at this place in Michigan, but I was like, it's for sale for $50. It already costs this X amount of dollars to get it graded in the first place, so you probably only make like $20,
maybe,
if that.
Have you ever had one graded?
No, I don't read comic books too much, but
I think it's closer to like $80 to have it graded. I don't know.
Well, I've looked at prices for like cards and stuff just to see, but I've even looked at comic books. But the turnaround time right now is ridiculous.
Yeah, I never.
It's amazing to me that like our childhood was like so rich of like
quality.
Anything that you had, like if you had a Beanie Baby back then and you have it now, it's worth like so much. I'm like,
he's salty right now. Some of them. His away.
What'd you say?
I said you're salty right now. Your mom threw all yours away. It's okay.
But Beanie Babies didn't exist when I was a kid.
That is right. You had like
maybe they did. I had He-Man, G.I. Joe, Star Wars.
Hey,
those are all classic.
And that stuff right now, if you had it, it'd be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like
my basement flooded and I lost it all.
Salty face. Okay, another nerd question for you.
Sure.
Prequel Star Wars or
come on.
7, 8, 9.
So
Like,
you're not even gonna give me the option to have the ones that everybody really likes.
No, I'm saying those ones are untouchable. Like those ones.
Okay, I would say
loves.
I'd say the
Which ones do you like more?
The sequels, the 7, 8, 9s are way better.
Okay,
and it's honestly Jar Jar sucks. But you know,
besides Jar Jar.
Oh man! But I think being older when those came out, you know, Jar Jar was definitely for the kids. My daughter loves Jar Jar.
I never understood why Jar Jar got so much shade. Like.
Well, I think it's because it was people my age going and seeing a kid's film going, that sucks, because we're trying to capture our childhood again. And
well, I'm sorry, that shit's gone, bud.
I know. I know.
They try to do it now, too, with us. We're like, no, that's not fine, bro.
Okay, that's fair.
Like what?
Like, they're trying to remake, like, the Rugrats. They're trying to remake,
yeah, they got some, like,
classic cartoons
2D animation going. Yeah, no.
All the Disney movies, too, they're all getting remade to be three-dimensional.
But the technology nowadays, they can make them more...
And make
appealing.
More money. Yeah. Plus they charge $15 a ticket instead of $8.
Yeah.
So.
I just dropped some money to go see IMAX movie with my dad.
Which one?
Doctor Strange.
The new one?
No, yeah.
It's not out yet. You bought pre-ticket. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I looked at him and I said, Dad, you qualify for the senior ticket.
Use it. You just got to sit.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I had when my daughter was way over the age of the child tickets.
Yeah,
I still was like, no, she's under that age.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Any questions, Ash?
I'm just looking at the board, trying to look at these. You have a big collection, man.
Oh, that's just the ones I have. That's only. I have another shelf that you can't see there of built ones.
Jake, you got a picture of that? You've been like snooping.
No, I didn't even take pictures of it. And then
he goes around like
I was looking in the basement windows. Yeah.
Preparing for the episode,
like a camera right here. Like, okay.
But then that was in the process of me moving some stuff in the basement, and I have about 150 kits there, but I have about 400 unbuilt kits in the basement too. I have 4 shelves filled with unbuilt kits.
Oh man.
Do you have a favorite, like, I guess, genre of kits you like to do between
sci-fi?
Sci-fi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love sci-fi. And I just recently got into like the monster stuff.
Okay.
Do you guys remember Mr. Bernal?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, Mr. Bernal and I want to say 10 years or so, went to Louisville to this thing called Wonderfest.
Okay.
And it's awesome.
I've heard of it. Okay.
It's awesome. It's all sci-fi.
There's a fest coming next weekend, right?
That's Fan Fest.
Okay.
I'm going to that too on Sunday.
Nice.
Next Sunday, yeah. I'm getting some autographs on a poster from the guys that are there. But I had never seen like the monster kits, like what they had there,
right? And
it got me into it. But they're really expensive. Like that Frankenstein there is like $250.
I was going to say something like
They're
that.
expensive. So, and I'm not kidding, but people laugh at me, but I donate plasma so I can buy them.
Oh,
do you?
He really does.
What do you mean?
There ain't no shame in the game.
Hey,
it's expensive.
You saving some lives and you getting some shit you want.
It's like a double win.
It's you win it. You win it.
I just want the money.
Damn, he's like, I don't care about the lives. Oh, that's a bonus.
Hey, whatever.
So funny story though. Like we tried to donate blood together.
Oh
one
shit!
time.
Yeah, 3 of us actually. Yeah.
It did not turn out how we thought it would.
Yes, because he's the mastermind that organized it. He said, "Hey guys, let's go give blood." Me and I, sure, let's go do it. I'm O negative. I'm needed. Whatever. Mm-hmm. So me and him get there first. We go pre-testing. He finds out he can't because he has
abnormally large heart. So they were like, you can't really do it right now. Come back in a year.
Right.
Then you can give blood. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll still sit here with you guys while you do it.
So while we're getting pre-tested done, he walks in. He's like, all right, gets all pre-tested. I sit down, going. I'm just going. He slowly sits down, gets going. We get done. Go get your snack, whatever. And we're like, all right, cool. John gets up.
No, mind you, like before that, me and him were talking to the nurse, like, hey, anybody ever pass out? She's like, I was just at the high school. We had one student pass out. Like, it was fine.
She's like, he doesn't have it often,
Right, it doesn't happen too often.
So we sit down, get our little snackies, little juice, little cookies. Mm-hmm. John gets up like, all right, I'm ready to go. Guess what? He was ready to go.
Down. Yeah. I was like, I don't.
Because we said eat before you go. So he ate a salad thinking that's a
he ate a salad earlier. Me, I work from home, so I made myself a good lunch. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
Yep. No, this guy, I had a salad with some.
I was trying to be healthy. I was trying to have healthy blood for the people.
All for the people.
just chewed on water, basically.
We talked about going out to eat after. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go out to eat after.
Yeah.
It does happen. My wife passed out. She used to donate all the time, and she actually left. She was donating. She left. She went to the bank and passed out at the bank. So I'm sitting at home, and they're like, "Hey, your wife is being taken away." And I'm like, "What are you talking?" They took the ambulance and everything.
Right.
Yeah, it was freaky. So
They were like, "Do you need an ambulance?" I'm like, "Nope." I was like, "I got it. I'm good. I'll get up right now." They're like, "No, you're not."
Glasses broke.
My glasses broke. It's bad. So then, I'm trying to do a good. I have not donated since then.
Then
that'll do it.
what happened was he had to drive his car back to his house.
It was a whole ordeal.
And then he had already parked at my house back in Elyria, but they literally live 5 minutes from each other.
Yeah, right
so then
there.
I have to get him, take him back to my house. We end up getting food and chilling for a little bit. And then he's like, all right, I'll see you later. So you know that group chat? The first thing that group chat seen after we was done chilling.
Me on the floor.
John was on the floor like this.
I should have taken a picture. I didn't take a picture of him.
Did you ever go back?
No, they called me the other day too. I'm like,
They keep calling me.
They'll call you all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm okay. I'm not gonna do
Especially
it.
because I got O negative blood.
Yeah.
I was like,
You should do it. It'll make you feel good about yourself.
I already feel good about myself. You know the funny part is, like, he talks about having you as an English teacher. I didn't even have you as an English teacher. I had you as a study hall. You were one of the intermittents that come in. But you were the last one. Yeah. So that's when, all right, we actually got to get ready for the day now. Like, stop messing around. Mm-hmm. But that's when we had our best conversations. Yeah. And then I also had you for, like, some bullshit ass class they do in my junior year. Like, I think you were even pissed about it too. It was like about taxes or some shit. Like, preparation for some. I can't even remember it. But me and Anton had it, and Anton was a senior. I'm like,
well, he graduated with his accounting degree, so I mean,
yeah,
it kind of worked out.
But no, because like he even looked lost in the class because it was some new class that they threw in on him.
You know, I've done so many of those. Like, seriously, that kind of happens where you get these new programs or whatever.
But
I can't. Like, there was one year they had me do an ACT prep, and I can't do math. So I would have someone else come in and teach the math part, and I would just sit there like, I can't.
It might have been something like that, but anyways, I was just like, nope.
Yeah.
But shoot, I was like, hey, steady home, Mr. Clark. Kill it. He's straight kicking it. He was like, I don't care if you're on your phones. Get your work done.
Well, yeah, I mean, just, and that's the thing, you know, if you're respectful with kids, they're going to respect you back. You know, not everything has to be like argumentative, not you know, conflict and confrontational.
You ever get into it with the student real bad to where you, like, did you punch something afterwards because you were so angry?
Take the fifth.
There you go. I like that. Wait a minute. I have a question. So I have two teachers I'm thinking about. Miss Nieves, is she still there? Spanish teacher?
No, I think she retired, yeah.
And I'm sure Foreman retired as well.
Yes,
he retired our senior year. Did he? Yeah, I had him from government.
I had him 3 times. I'm like,
I had him 3 times too, bro. Bro, I know. We know. We don't gotta go inside. We know. He looked
Mr.
at us.
Foreman's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
But when he retired, that was it. I haven't seen him since.
Wow.
Bro,
and I know he lives in Elyria, but I don't. You know, we're just
said I'm done with this shit.
Different paths.
Mm-hmm. Said I'm done. Yeah, because I had him junior or senior year, and like he had a bunch of vacation days he had to use or lost them. Mm-hmm. So like there was one week, Monday he would be here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, straight videos.
Yeah,
shit.
And that's not, that's a problem that would have, like me, I have 161 sick days built up right now because we get 15 a year, but if you don't use them, they carry over.
Okay.
And then when you retire, you get a certain percentage. I don't know how much.
Right.
They'll pay you like up to $250, say, or $275.
That's how it was for the county.
Yeah. And then what happens, though, is like what you said, is he had, like, say he had 320. So he's got 50, 60 days. You know, he's going to lose it if he doesn't take those days. So it's a bit of an issue. It's like, don't take your sick days, but we're not going to pay you for all of them. So I don't know. I mean, I get that it's a money situation, but at the same time, then the kids get robbed at the end like that. My 6th grade teacher was the same way. Yep. He was on his way out, missed every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Nice.
Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
So, like, do you plan on, like, staying with the school system until you retire? Like,
yeah.
How much longer do you have?
14 years. If I had started earlier, I'd probably have about 7 years. But since I did other things first,
did you fire people for 7 years?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, and then they changed the retirement from 30 to 35. Damn. So if this was about 10 years ago, I'd only have 9 years left. Okay. So, but hey, it's all right. I still enjoy it. I still have a good time with it. The kids are, I'm lucky I teach seniors.
So I got 2, maybe 3 questions. One, how does it feel having your kid graduate? Like, are you like...
It's stressful.
Hella, I got a 16-year-old stepdaughter, bro. She's a junior this year.
Is she going to Cleveland State?
She's going to go to Baldwin Wallace.
Okay.
She is a singer. She has, since she was a child, she loved music. She's always singing. She wants to be a music therapist. She's getting, and there's only 2 programs, Cleveland State and Baldwin Wallace. Those are only 2 in the area. And she just fell in love with BW, which is where I went. So I'm going to be not eating anything for the next 4 or 5 years because it's like $30,000 a year.
Oh, shoosh.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's 49, but they gave her 19,000 for her grades. Nice. Oh yeah, real nice. I still got to pay 30, guys.
Hey, you got it. Ball out.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna start donating plasma both.
You're gonna walk out there like, okay, can I come back?
Pass it out like Chuck.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Do you have any goals after you retire? Like, do you want to travel? Do you want to, or are you just gonna be like, I'm just here chilling, kicking?
I honestly haven't thought about that.
Really?
Seriously, yeah. I'll be 63 when I can retire.
Right.
So 14 years, it's a long time. 14 years is a long time. It's a lifetime. It really is.
Right.
So I don't think about that right now. I know that I'm just hoping I can retire. That's fair. In that I don't want to be in the classroom and drop dead in the classroom like that one guy. I mean, seriously, I want to be able to, reap the benefits of what I've done and spend time with my wife, and because she's going to get to retire before me.
She's going to be kicking it before you.
Oh yeah, she's going to enjoy that too. Watch me go to work and she's still sitting there.
That's it. You're going to come home one day. There's going to be a ground crew in your backyard installing a pool. She's going to, honey, I need you to work at least 5 more years. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because after basketball season every year, because she gets in her routine. Okay. And then suddenly I'm home at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and she's like, "You're in the way. Go someplace. Go do something." I'm like, all right, go in the basement, sniff some paint glue,
stare at the walls.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
But no, honestly, I haven't thought about it. I mean, I'm not comfortable. I'm not a good traveler. Okay. Some people love travel.
I love it. Yeah.
I am not a good traveler at all. I get homesick after about 3 days.
That's all you need. That's a perfect vacation. 3 days somewhere and then come back home.
Yeah. I'm like the Wonderfest I was telling you, that's in June of this year, the June 4th and 5th. I'm leaving Friday morning, coming back Monday morning. So it'll be the weekend, and that's perfect. That'll be my entire...
That's how it was for his bachelor party. Like, I left Friday, and everybody stayed till Tuesday. I left Monday.
Yeah. I like being home.
I wanted to stay till Friday, but
we know you wanted to stay till Friday.
I was having time.
You wasn't trying to come
stay
back.
there permanently. Yeah,
I didn't even have a bachelor party.
You didn't?
Well, like you asked me if I don't drink, don't do. It's just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you guys didn't have like a basement night playing D&D or something?
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, real shit. I'm kind of surprised.
Why? Because I'm a nerd. I'm in every other thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Not gonna lie.
Comic books, movies, sci-fi stuff. Yeah, but I never got into the dungeon. Never could.
What's your favorite scary movie or horror movie? Halloween? Okay.
Yeah, baby.
I've never seen it, so
you've never seen it? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
We don't got enough time. So that's what's really wrong with me.
This guy.
I mean, you taught me, so shit, you should know this.
You have 90 minutes of your life that you waste on other things. Look at how long we've been here. Let's turn this off and go watch Halloween, guys. We got to teach this guy.
And they come out like every couple of years.
I've seen some scary movies. I don't know.
Well, the new one's coming out this year.
Well, you guys shared that because you also like Halloween.
I got a tattoo. Of,
do you like Myers
on my leg? See?
Do you get any tattoos?
That's nice. No
tattoos.
I wanted to get a Superman symbol.
I'm surprised you did it.
I did. I really, because like I said before, I love Superman. I have a huge collection of Superman stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe when I go home, I'll post a picture so you guys can see it. But if you do a tattoo, you can't donate plasma for 4 months. So it's a little bit of a greed thing.
I need that check real quick. Hold up. Gotta plan it out.
Once I get the kits I want, maybe I'll think about it. But it's
when he's 80 years old, done stepping on the acrylic paint. I think I might go get this tatted real quick.
Wrinkled old skin.
Your daughter looks at you like, Dad, what are you doing right now?
My wife has a honeybee on her foot because Missy means honeybee and Melissa means honeybee, I think in Latin or Greek.
Okay.
So she has that, but
He's like, nah, I need that. I need that.
Oscar's like a whiteboard over here. He's got writing everywhere.
Yeah, whatever you need, man. I started actually sophomore year. After I met you, I'm like,
You're
life's going downhill.
You're close to 60, right? 60 tattoos? 70?
I lost count a while ago.
Wow.
I got 30.
Yeah.
30?
I got 3.
Oh.
3. Just 3. I'm going to get a 4th soon.
But I love like art. I love like, just visual. And I'm like, okay, I'm like a blank canvas. I might as well just keep this on me forever. And it's like constant reminders of like my journey of what I've been through since I met you. It's like just to climb up like where I am now. So that's pretty much why I keep getting tattoos.
That's cool. What about you, Straight?
Yeah, none.
No?
Nope, I'm with you, man. Bear.
You could probably tattoo some hair on yourself.
Nice hairline.
Man.
Looking like that spray paint they used to have.
Hey, keeps.
Speaking of my brother, so my brother's also going bald. He has a little more hair than me, but he's also going bald. And he went to Bosley on Thursday. Just to give you an idea, $22,000.
That's not worth
Hair
it.
ain't worth
Yeah,
that
I'm
much.
like, damn.
For implant?
Is that where they take it like your own
Somewhere,
hair and
yeah.
off your back?
His boss went to his back.
4,000 follicles or something, he said.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I don't know. I always like all those commercials. I laugh at them because it's like, why is that what you use to define you? You know what I mean? There's so many other things that you can use to define yourself. Your character should be number one, not whether or not you have hair. That's nice. That's some pretty hair right there.
He looks like a modern caveman now. But
Thanks,
whatever.
man. Thanks.
I'll have to show you guys. I grew my hair out, and to donate it, it was as long as yours. And I went as Jesus to a Halloween party.
Wait, you did grow your hair out?
Yeah, it was down.
Well, because I asked my nephew if you were a teacher of his or if he knew of you, and he said, "Does he have long hair?" I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, my daughter's donated her hair like 4 times or whatever because it takes a while to grow it. So she's like, "Dad," this is when she was younger. "Daddy, will you do it too?" I was like, "Honey, I don't think I have hair to grow," but I was like, "I'll try," and it actually came in. Yeah,
Really?
Who's your nephew?
No, this was more recently, actually. His name is Jeremiah. He's younger. He's like graduating in the next couple years.
Yeah.
I still teach there, just so you know.
I know.
Yeah, it's like being like secretive. Like,
His name is Jeremiah Bennett.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah. He's a punk.
You got 14 years to figure it out, so you'll meet him.
Not if he's only got 2 years left or whatever.
Yeah.
oh, man. Well, it's good to have you
That's
here.
so nuts,
Oh, my
man.
God.
It's awesome.
If you had any advice for someone, just like a kid, you now teach seniors, but you were teaching 9th graders at some point. So, seeing a 9th, 10th grader doesn't know what they want to do, do you have any advice for someone like that?
Just figure out. It's hard to say because, like, even me, I didn't know what I wanted to do at first. I thought I did, but I didn't. And eventually something will click for you. You want to find something that you can feel good about. You know what I mean? If you're just going through the motions to survive, I think that makes for a hard life. I really do. But if you can find something where you wake up and you're like, you know what, maybe it's a little thing like with Cliff with that book. I really didn't know that. That's awesome. That kind of thing. I can keep that with me for a long time. And every so often what happens as a teacher is things get rough, and then something like that happens. You're like, oh, okay, I am doing the right thing.
It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it.
So have something that makes you feel good and fulfilled. And if you do that, you're good. But it's tough, man. Sometimes you don't know till you're older.
For sure. Yeah. For like me, I went to LCC. I was still like trying to figure out, I'm like, I don't know, they were like, what do you want to do? General studies. So then I ended up going into public service and I got a bachelor's in urban studies. I work for the city now. I'm going for my master's. It's like, kind of just fell into that. I'm like, I like doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't know until.
Yeah. And that's why you got to try different things too.
Yeah.
Just get out there.
Went to college 3 different times, 4, 5 different things. Then I find out I'm really good with working with people that need help.
You had to go through all that to figure it out.
Oh yeah, I went through hell. Oh yeah, me and you. I'm state champ, soccer coach, Special Olympics.
Nice. I do the Special Olympics basketball at Lorain High with Killian. He's the head coach. I'm the assistant. I can't seem to ever be a head coach anymore. I'm just assistant all the time. But no, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, and the reality is, like, we push a lot of people like college. That's not necessary. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. I think you can figure yourself out there maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Your own.
if you're into other things, you know that, hey, I really love working with tools, and you want to be an electrician, man, do it, because you'll make more than me.
You make wealth.
I didn't know, like, when I graduated, like, if somebody would have introduced, I had my CDO, so if somebody would have introduced me to that when I was like 21, oh, my life would have been totally different.
Right.
I would have straight out of college for me.
You would have been behind me Taco Bell.
Probably not. No.
You're right.
But I would have just, like, of course I love psychology and just how the mind works and how you can use it for your benefits and whatever else it's for. But, like, when I got the CDL, that changed my life forever. I'm like, now I can, like, establish a home for myself, my family, what I want to do, and I have more of a structure. I know, like, having that behind you can, like, mold you to do so many other things. Like, I can create my own business now if I wanted to. I can work for a company. Like, it's just so many, like, possibilities from it. So, like, yes, you're pushing trade over college in a sense, or just like
you're pushing to be your best self.
It's for certain people. I mean, it's not right for. I have a student right now. Everybody thinks he should be going to college because he's a really good football player. He played basketball and everything, and it's just not where his heart's at. And I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, he's either he told me I want to be an electrician or a mechanic. He's between the two. And I'm like, dude,
those are necessary.
Yeah, because those are the people I call because I can't do it. You know, and then he can go, oh, $800 an hour. I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? You know, I got to have him do it. So
I don't know how to do this.
I think the one good thing about Lorain is we do have, not one, but one of the good things about Lorain is we do have that good vocational ed stuff that a lot of schools don't have. You know, we've got welding and all sorts of things in there.
Oh, you got that back? Because I thought with the new high school, it was all that the shop, the garage.
Admiral King, though, we had like
the whole
wing.
Yeah, the whole wing over there of like
media,
art
classes, repair,
auto repair,
wood shop.
Mr. Smith, the cook, like with so many.
We still have the auto shop. It's in there. It's got like I think 6 or 8. And then there's welding. There's computer stuff. There's carpentry where they actually build a little tiny house in the back of the school.
What?
Inside.
I would have done that.
Dope.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. It's really cool. So we've got some things that other schools don't have. They have to send them to JVS or whatever. So
Mr. Clark said I done seen them do that class. He said, I'm waiting for them to build me one in our backyard.
I've done that. I've taken my wife, because she with the counselor, she knows who's in there. She'll get kids like, hey, we need something done at the house, and we've had them come over and do stuff for us because I'd rather have the kids pay the kids.
And that's helping them build their portfolio in a sense too. Like I did this because it was the point where like when my brother was in school, Admiral King days, they helped build the newer school. He helped build I think it was Garfield Elementary, and like their names are like plaqued inside the building of like these students helped build this building. Bro, so I don't know if they still do that now.
It's like child labor in a way.
Hey man,
I don't know if he got paid either.
That's why that building's falling down. Right? It's only 10 years.
In hindsight,
Say blame the kids. Look.
So we asked you a bunch of questions today. You listened to the show. You got any questions for us?
No, I mean honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't listened to all of them. I do listen to when I'm working on my model kits. I'll put podcasts on. I listen, and no, I really like what you guys are doing here. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have come on if I didn't think it was a good thing. There's a lot of positivity you guys have out there. You get joke around, you have a good time, but the message is good, and you guys are really pro Lorain, which I think we see a lot of people. I want to get out. You know, the old slow rain thing. You're in Illyria, so you don't count. But
thank you. I've been saying this for the longest.
If my nephew was here, he would be applauding that.
Yeah. Jacob graduated and moved out of Lorain to Illyria.
Bro,
I mean, he's still in the area. So
I lived in Lorain until I was like 21, 22.
That was 8 years ago. So
yeah.
I'm surprised you can count that high.
If it was fractions, I could have done it. But no, seriously, you guys have it's a really cool thing you have going on, and sometimes with some of the interviews, I'm like, okay, I don't quite get that. I just don't relate to it, so I might skip over one or two of those. But for the most part, man, I just dig it, man. You guys are real pro for the city. Yeah. That's always a good thing.
Pro just encouraging people to do more, what they want to do, and we show so many people that are having their own path. Like Cody Edwards, I think you remember him from high school. He basically told us like, I worked a job so I can get a car to go to my next. And I quit. I'm like, wow.
You know what? I remember that. I did listen to that one.
Yeah,
I did.
I couldn't believe when he said that. I'm like, that's.
Yeah.
You would think he wouldn't quit a job just because you want to move on, but. that's a mindset that he has, and
It worked.
it works. It's working. He's doing great.
When we had Alyssa Montgomery on.
Who?
Alyssa Montgomery.
I don't think I caught that one.
We've had a few alums. We've had Anton on before. He has,
Oh yeah,
Anton.
twice.
Really?
Travaris. We've
Well,
had
I'm gonna
on.
come on 3 times just so I can beat
Like,
Anton.
when we get visual, you'll see like the whole like characters and us in a better sense. But
Yeah.
so I mean, each episode though, we do like we just try to pick entrepreneurs from the city, people we went to school with that are doing something that's like positive, influential, and just want to like help in a sense. Like we see so much negativity, I don't get it, but it's like you're not helping the situation by I hate Lorain, but you're here, so do something positive about it.
Right.
Leave your imprint, like in some sense.
And honestly, like as a teacher, it's awesome that I can like seeing you guys grow up. You know what I mean?
For
like
sure.
in my head, you're still 14, 15, 16-year-olds, and I come in here and he's bald, you've got long hair and a beard, and I don't know what's going on with you. But it's like a train wreck over there. But I mean, seriously, it's cool because like I'm seeing not the fruits of my labor, but maybe a little like 0.5% I influenced a little bit, and that's always a cool thing. Seriously.
Oh yeah, like I want to thank you because like if I wouldn't have met you and Coach Hood, like I would have probably went down a scary path. Like it would have been, I probably wouldn't have made it to see today, honestly.
Well,
because you guys just instilled like a moral teaching through basketball of like how to build your character, how to like respond when adversity comes in your way, like just so many little things that like build up, and I just kept it with me as I grew up. So
well, I appreciate it, but the reality is you made that choice to do that. You know what I mean? You can say, we just were an example, and you made the decision to either follow or not follow. So that's on you. That has nothing to do with me. I get on things on Facebook. Oh, you were the best. No, I wasn't. Like, your class. No, I gave you the assignment and you did it. I could have just as easily failed you if you didn't do the work.
That's true.
So they put the work in. You guys put the work in. I didn't do that. I just said, here's what you should do. Now make this choice.
Put it on the table for us, let it open, and that's one of the things that I appreciate about you too. Like you helped us how to be free thinkers in a sense. Like this is an option, but you also have this as well.
Yeah,
you can choose.
Yeah,
there's no like I'm forcing you into it. Like one or the other.
Yeah,
like I didn't have them for like a real class per se, but conversations with me mean way more than anything else. If I can get a conversation and a piece of somebody's time about something relevant or semi-serious, then I'm up.
Yeah. Because
I like hearing that opposed to read chapter 3, 4, and 5, do this piece of paper. Like,
and the reality is, I think you learn more from that.
Right.
I think one of the I know everyone's always we like Jesus, whatever, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but I think it's because I do take the time to like talk to the kids. You know what I mean? I don't get up in the front of the class and like you said, chapter 3. I joke around, I have fun, and sometimes I get my jokes, sometimes they don't, and I find that as I'm getting older, they're not getting as many jokes as they once were.
Oh no!
They were talking about something that I have no idea even what it was. I've kind of lost that connection a little bit in that regard, but I still like to have fun. And,
it happens.
Yeah, it does. You get older, and it's
generations a little
old, ancient, same.
I have a kid who makes fun of me now all the time about how old I am. He's at 7:30 in the morning class, and he's like, you're awake already. Stuff like that. He's funny. He's good.
The title of this episode, one of the living legends left in Lorain.
Look at you. Alliteration. Go for it.
Oh, thanks, man. So each and every episode, we do a mental health check to see how we are mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Give a number 1 through 10. Ash?
I'm at like a 9. We got the beautiful Mr. Brian here with us. So
Beauty,
but it helps.
Beauty or the Beast.
Yeah, so like, overall things been going pretty well for me. My job's doing pretty good. I got another promotion.
Nice.
Yeah, I keep climbing this. Like, I don't know what the ceiling is on this job, but I'll use the time I have.
Can I put $1?
I cannot do that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Are you
financial?
You're driving for somebody?
No, I'm not. I used to drive a lot, but
What are you
now I'm more so in the office.
Okay.
Not HR in a sense. I'm not firing people, but I could fire people if I wanted to. So like, I don't
like a management.
Like a management. So I'm like an operational manager at a propane company. So I'm like the Black Hank Hill in a sense. So that's pretty much how it is. So like I like it. It helps.
Which one? Which?
We're stationed in Elyria, but our home base is Illinois.
Okay. It's Illinois. It's a silent S.
Well, Chicago, whatever you want to. Yeah, so.
That's a city, not a state.
Anyways, so yeah, that's what I do. That's how I feel. Jacob, you?
I'm a 7 or 8.
7, 8.
Got back from doing a trip to Michigan with the kids.
That's not the right English, right, Mr. Clark?
What's that?
He said he did a trip to Michigan.
Yeah, we'll let it go.
Yeah,
like you said, I didn't really have him in class. I spent a lot of time with Oscar and a lot of time with you.
I was
what are you going to
do? So
dumpster fight.
Can't help them all,
On our way there, Parker was great. Didn't have to use the bathroom once. Pretty impressive for a 3-year-old. On the way back, I gotta go pee. We just at the Serpec in Ohio. I gotta go pee bad. So we get a cup for him. If you gotta go, go. This much. I'm like,
could have been the water bottle.
Nervous, man.
But then he's like, I gotta go real bad this time. Like 20 miles on the road. He's like, I gotta go bad, mommy. Mommy, I gotta go bad. She's like, okay, we pull into the ambulance service area. And he's like, Daddy, I took a big pee. I said, okay, my guy. Okay.
You want to cookie? Let's get back in the
car. As long as you didn't wet yourself, that's all I care about.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Overall, good trip. Excited to get back to work on Monday.
That's good.
Cool.
Johnny boy, for you?
For me, man, right now it's been 2 weeks since we recorded, so we usually do a recording every week. And so we had issues. It was last week. It was Halloween, Easter. I was looking at your shirt, Easter, and then before that it was an issue. But I feel really good that we're back here. I wish Gabe was here. I wish Clifton was able to stay the whole time, but that's okay.
You got the 3 that really matter. Let's go.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
I mean, me and John. I don't know about you.
So in the last 2 weeks, though, like I actually had a scenario. I actually had an interview for I was trying to move up in the city to be a manager in the city, and I went to the interview. It went. I thought it did not go well, and I did not get the job. And it's like the first time I ever had like a failure. Every job I went to, every interview, I've got the job, but this one. So I got denied for the first time. Like,
Yeah,
bro.
That happens.
Yeah.
Nice job.
And then you know what not to do next time. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, I was like, I went home. I wrote this email out to the interviewers. Like, yeah, I wish I would elaborate on this more. Like, kind of a half-ass. Like, oh, sorry, I should have probably said this.
Sorry, I suck.
Yeah. And it's okay. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And that was a couple weeks ago, and just it's all making sense. These opportunities are going to open for me. Getting my master's in 8 months or 7 months will hopefully lead to something more, and I know it will.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Dad.
I mean, the good thing is it's not like you have to have that job. You know what I mean? You
Right.
have a job.
Right.
It's like more.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
it's not, that pressure's not there.
It all worked out. My boss, she encouraged me, go for it, try it. She's like, I don't want to lose you, but at the same time, try it.
Yeah.
And so it's good. That was a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to get back in the gym. We're actually in a kickball league this year, so I got to make sure I don't bust my ass.
I gotta get this baby leg off,
Bro. Why did I get that right? Is it because I look like a kickball?
Yeah.
You can just say it.
Your arms don't
That's
look
fine.
the strongest to
Whatever.
throw balls.
Kickball. Where's the kickball league at?
At the Crusher Stadium.
In Avon, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to come watch us.
No.
He said he got some kids to get done first.
I'll be donating plasma that night.
So, Park.
Yeah.
How are you feeling this week? Mentally, where are you at?
Good. Honestly, I'm in a good place. I'm probably 8, 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He said school year's almost over.
That helps. But this is the most stressful time because you got to get finals, you got to get everything, all that stuff trying to. So as far as that, it's tough. But no, I just, everything's good. My daughter's going to college. It's going to be expensive, but we'll figure that out. And my wife and I are in a good place as far as our jobs and each other. And so, yeah, I have no complaints.
That's what's up.
It's good overall.
That's great. That's great.
So we have a message we want to say. Clifton usually leaves a cliff note.
We don't got no cliff notes today.
No. But John, this is in regards to your situation at your job. Continue to fail forward.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say feel forward, and just keep going. I just got to Keep grinding. That's all.
If you need a recommendation, I'm sure someone will write one for you. But don't come to me. No one's gonna. No one in City Hall cares what I have to say.
Two quick shout outs I would like to do. Shout out to my sister April Gay's mom for her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
It's
happy
Saturday.
birthday.
So, this comes out Tuesday. It's Saturday. Happened already, but, for
It's documented. You said it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then a shout out to our first ever sponsor, Mr. Ashbler from the Creative Genius brand.
Yes, sir.
Decided to sponsor us. So I want to say thank you to that. And
Let them know where they can get our shirts.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You can find our shirts at creativegeniusbrand.org. Not .com, .org, O-R-G. Like an ogre, like me.
Oh my
But
God,
anyways,
okay.
it's been another episode of It's On Us Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Find us wherever you find your podcast.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
Brian.
having me, guys.
Yeah, Brian, we appreciate you.
It feels weird, doesn't it?
It does feel really weird.
Really weird.
I don't like it.
Till next time.
And that is going to wrap it, guys. The episode is finished. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like it, share it with your friends and family, and be sure to follow us on all our social media pages at IOU Podcast 440. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the continued support. We'll see you soon. Bye.